Okay, actually before we do the faucet to this, what I want to create is a quick like medicine cabinet based on this same concept and add a little mirror. So let's do that. I'm gonna hit F3 to go into wireframe, and then I'm going to unhide the walls so I can see what I'm doing here. And you can see I'm actually penetrating the wall here, so I'm going to bring this back into the house, something like that. Alright, so you can see that's sitting there at a reasonable space. I'm going to actually take this and duplicate it up. Click OK. Doesn't really matter how high it is. I guess something around, I don't know, 5 feet. And what we can do is measure that really quick. Tape measure. Oops, 5 feet from the floor up. Alright, so that's reasonable right there. About halfway in between 5. And delete that tape measure. Now what I want to do is make this like a medicine cabinet. So I'm just going to roughly just put this into place. You can kind of measure what we have here. Delete that. Create a tape measure. Don't specify the length. Just kind of measure 6 inches. That's reasonable enough. Alright, so I want to take one of these doors, duplicate it up. Click OK. And I'm going to center the pivot. Put that in. Now the thing about this is I don't want it to actually be the same width across. So on this side what I'm going to do is bring it over about, I don't know, 1/4 of the way, or maybe even half of it. Yeah, we'll do half. And then we'll slide it over about halfway in between, and the rest of this will actually be a place for our mirror. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Let me hide these walls so they don't get in my way. Alright, with this door, I'm actually going to rotate it 90 degrees this way and kind of get it into place here. Okay, something like that. That way we can create these doors so that they would open left to right instead of like drawers. Even though we're not going to create them to open at all, we're just making it. So we're going to put another one over here that kind of looks like that works. Hit F3 so I can see. That kind of looks good. I like that. Alright, so let's take one of these handles here and duplicate it up. Click OK. We'll rename all of this stuff towards the end when we clean it all up. And we really don't need handles that are that long. It probably wouldn't look, I don't know, it might look good. Let's put it into place first and then we'll decide. Actually, yeah, I like that. So we're going to keep that. So no need to resize this. All we gotta do is set it into place and then duplicate one over. Make sure that it's spaced equally. And then we have that. Alright, and to make the mirror is going to be very easy. I'm just going to take the back side of this and duplicate it over. So approximately the same height, or not the same height, but the same length over here. And then the same height as the medicine cabinet. Get that into place. And then what I can do is just stretch this over. Something like that. And now we have a mirror that's right there. And you can actually, if you want to, make it lower, which wouldn't hurt. Kind of like this stair step effect, which I kind of like. So I'm going to go with that. And then up top here, what we can do is add vanity lights, which will make it look a lot better. And because a mirror isn't that thick, we're going to have to decrease that. about like so. And there we go. We have a mirror, a vanity cabinet, a sink, and the actual vanity right there. Alright, and that part's done. So now in the next video, let's finish off this sink area by doing that faucet.